What is happening, everybody? Welcome to another Wednesday Business Party Podcast. We are all tired here today.
What up, what up, Pigskin? What up, Blue?
What's up?
Cheers.
Yeah,
Listen, I feel like every time they come in, I gotta fucking cheers them now. I don't like what they've done.
What have you done to us?
Sorry, I'm not drinking tonight. So
what?
I know soon enough it's going to be weird when I'm doing Sober October.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not doing that. I'm not.
I will be
doing
joining.
Shit.
I will be joining you for that this year.
I'm excited for Sober October.
It's going to be interesting. I'm going to be getting even less sleep, so that's going to be awesome.
That may be a little bit true.
Oh my god, I love it. I don't know why so me and Rich did off label last night, and last night everything wasn't working right, and now all of a sudden I come on now. StreamYard has this dark mode, so that way you don't have to you can't see everything.
All right, I know. That's why I was like, I don't look like an anime antagonist now. You can see my eyes. It doesn't look like it's like.
And you see,
until I look up like that because I got the light up in front of me and shit, so you can actually for my green screen mainly. But if I did turn it off, I would fucking disappear.
I mean, you could actually see your background a little better because of it. Mama J too. Right. Mama J, do you have the black on?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Oh yeah. The second that it said it's an option, I was like, yes.
Yes.
Wait, I know. Wait. I don't like the way. I don't like the way you frame that, Mama J. Do you have the black mode on?
Always.
I hate you.
Always.
We're spending way too much time together that you fucking caught that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god!
I mean,
casual racism.
I'm just gonna hum it.
That was stuck in my head the other.
Found that
whenever we were doing the stream the other day, Rich. Remember, I started humming it. We were doing the game stream, and I'm like,
he did out of nowhere. He just started doing it.
Mama J has no idea what we're talking about.
Oh
but
no, I do know what you're talking about.
She's like, unfortunately, I do.
Yeah, it caught me by surprise the other time. I was like, "Oh, we're coming back to this. I see how it's going."
It's all his fault. Okay,
it just no pun intended. It just came up on my feed.
Black mode activate.
It just came
up. I was gonna say so. I was like, "That's why everyone looks so much bigger."
Ladies and gentlemen, strap in. This is gonna be a good one. Biz are tired.
I'm in rare form tonight, so.
I mean, everybody's got black mode on apparently, but me. So let's go.
I have to do the I have to do the segue because all right, black mode activate. Diddy has been arrested.
Speaking of bigger things.
Okay, so we're just gonna jump right into it real quick. This is obviously the top of the hour shit. Sean Combs arrested in Manhattan after grand jury indictment. Sean Combs, also known as Diddy, was arrested in Manhattan after a grand jury indictment indicted him amid ongoing sexual assault lawsuits and a federal investigation. The specific charges are unclear. I know there's been more. We'll try to get into more details of other shit.
Unclear. That's not true. It's
I know.
Trafficking and kidnapping and
right. Well, this is Disclosed TV. This is Disclosed TV. They're more worried about people arguing in their comments than they are about the stories, obviously. Combs 54 is under scrutiny following a lawsuit filed by his ex-girlfriend Cassandra Ventura claiming years of abuse. He settled that case quickly, but faces multiple other lawsuits alleging sexual misconduct. Federal agents raided his home as part of a trafficking investigation, seizing his electronic devices. Despite denying all allegations, Combs' image has suffered significantly. A recent video revealed him attacking Ventura, prompting a public apology, which that's not going to fucking do anything. His business ventures are collapsing, with various partnerships dissolving, and his mansion listed for sale at $61.5 million, which he did really recently sell it, I think, for $58 million or something like that.
We spoke about this yesterday on Off Label. Like, everybody knew. Like, this is no. If anybody knows about the music industry,
We're going dark tonight. Black mode.
Like if anybody knew about the music industry, yeah. Like, so I was getting my hair cut one time, right? Now Diddy's from New York, but he has a lot of Atlanta, like he's in Atlanta a lot and all that stuff. My haircut, and I told him that, that I went to where I met my ex-wife in Georgia and blah blah blah. And he was like, "Oh, you ever been to Atlanta?" And I'm like, "No, I've never been to Atlanta." He's like, "Bro, don't go to Atlanta." And I'm like, "Why?" He goes, "I've been tricked." And I go, "What?" He goes, "Atlanta is the most DL place in the whole United States." And I go, "Get the fuck out of here." He goes, "Yeah, Diddy and Ludacris and all them."
What do you have a transsexual person hit on him or something? Or
yeah, he had a bunch.
But I knew it as soon as you said I've been tricked. I was like, I already know
a bunch. He's like, I've been tricked. Like he's like this. I was at the bar and this fucking fine ass chick came up and we were talking and blah blah blah. And then my homeboy comes up to me and goes, "Hey, you know that's not a girl, right?" And he's like, "What?"
You're
like, "Yeah." He's like, "It's the most DL place," and the music business is an incestuous fucking business, and it's been out there for years that a lot of these fucking rap artists are on the DL. It's been a major thing.
Like I'm telling you right now, Tupac was a gay dude. You ever watch any of the shit from his younger years?
Well, I mean, according to Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith, there was issues. And yeah, I mean, he graduated from Juilliard. He had a lot of things.
Yeah, in one of his interviews, you remember him doing like this and stuff. And I was like, dude, Sugarfoot.
All right, well, here
I gotta be nice on YouTube.
This is from one of the bodyguards or whatever.
Okay, yeah. All right, I was gonna say, I just brought that up. Okay, cool.
Oh wait, hold on. I should censor it. Hold on. Whoops. I should have probably prefaced it from the beginning that it's gonna sound like two men doing it. There you go. If you don't want to hear it.
Hold on.
Whoops.
Mama secretly drops
the volume about
Mama
half.
secretly drops the best audio of the year.
Whoopsie daisies. Just
no
man-on-man action, and yeah.
No lead up, just O-ring stretching from the very beginning.
All right.
Wait, hold on. I'm not gonna lie. I knew what this was starting with, and I was just like, okay, she's gonna. Let's see where this goes.
Just play it, dog.
We'll do it live, like seriously.
Well,
that was
it
fucking
live.
great.
Go ahead, restart it here.
Did you just say restarted?
I think we can just keep playing. I don't think they finished.
Oh, I thought there was something else to that. Okay, yeah. Go forward then.
Is there more in it later?
Just
there's the bodyguard.
Just sit back and relax and just listen.
Right,
pull out your jerkins.
ADD mode taken off.
Yes.
All the champagne was spiked, son. Like all the champagne was spiked. Everybody was passed the fuck out. I don't drink. So I was playing that shit off like I don't fucking drink. I smoke, nigga. Like I smoke and I had my own weed, but like everybody was passed out. Yo, Diddy had that man in the room. Look, yes, I put my ear to the fucking door and I brought the phone because Diddy started going in overdrive. I ain't know what the fuck was going on, but I just heard balls slapping against ass cheeks. I heard niggas struggling to take dick. I heard niggas being like, yeah, daddy. Like when he started all that daddy this and daddy that, and then I heard some hollering and struggling. Like, yeah, I kept the phone there and I recorded all that shit because I was like, this nigga Diddy rich. So I'm finna put the squeeze on and give me a couple dollars and just saying, you know what I'm saying? Just nobody believed that was really Diddy beating me back in. But now y'all motherfuckers believe the video, right? Right? Somebody give me a couple dollars.
Would you guys like to watch it again?
No.
What's up, Lone Star?
No, I do not.
What a Lone Star. I didn't know what to do.
Dude, that's hilarious because they've been playing that for a while. Like,
Yeah.
just that first audio, they've been playing that for a while on Drinking Bros. Anytime like something weird happens, but they were like, they heard it was Meek Mill and him.
Yeah. That's what that was the rumor that it was Meek Mills.
Mhm.
Well, I do have the indictment itself if you want me to pull that up too.
Yeah.
Yeah, please do.
So
No, please God, no. Don't play it again.
maybe we'll save it for the end of the show.
That's what Diddy said.
I don't want to hear that because like just the sound and force and speed to that just going up my son. No. Somebody's asshole had to rip.
Oh yeah.
They weren't prepared for that.
Jesus Christ.
What the fuck?
Welcome to Wednesday.
Yeah, welcome to Wednesday, y'all. Hump day.
You did it to me.
Hump day seemed just so bad.
I mean, we just started off with that. She just threw it up. I clicked on it. I didn't even have the audio going.
Yeah, I didn't either because I just like, pulled it up too.
We're playing.
Gator don't play in this bitch right now.
But I do love this comment. I got to show this one off because I think this dude has a point. Hit this up. R. Kelly when he sees Diddy walking into the same prison.
Well, I mean, if you listen, there was I was listening to like a TikTok part 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever it was, like Dame Dash talking about R. Kelly and the things that they did to Aaliyah on the tour bus, and the thing, and she was 16. Dame Dash and R. Kelly went after a 16-year-old.
Oh, yeah.
And like it was.
You should go watch the whole thing about was it Kamala Lee Simmons? Kamala Lee Simmons.
Oh yeah.
Who the hell is that?
Russell Simmons' ex-wife.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, all these fucking all these hip hop girls were young.
Yeah, super young.
Same with metal and rock like
I mean, yeah.
But 80s hair bands and shit too. Girls were like freaking 13.
Well, 90s too. There's a lot of 90s 90s bands that, you know, these girls who were like 16 years old was like, yeah, I was let back into the, I don't want to say like a specific name, but like a predominant 90s band, because I don't remember the exact name. And she's like, yeah, I was 16. I went backstage and, I had sex with this guy and I had sex with this guy. And it's like,
Nickelback.
Well, there was what was it, Steven Tyler?
I mean, you could literally name any band back then.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like actual allegations were like one was Steven Tyler, like he took custody, was given custody actually by the girl's mother of her, and she was like, she was 16, I think, had an abortion or something too.
Forced her to have an abortion and then try to set her on fire while she was in her apartment. Yep. But no, with this Diddy stuff, so this indictment was just unsealed a few days ago. As of now, Diddy was denied any bail or bond before trial, so he has to stay in jail. Because they said, like, I mean, flight risk alone, he would have been a huge flight risk.
I mean, once this shit was brought up, like everybody was just like, "Uh-oh, something's about to happen." The motherfucker fled the country.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's not a dead fucking giveaway that you are a huge flight risk at that point, I don't know what is.
Right. Yeah. But let me bring up. This is the actual indictment. You can see, yes, it's the indictment itself. So right here it says, at all times relevant to this indictment, Sean Combs, the defendant, engaged in persistent and pervasive patterns of abuse towards women and other individuals. Now, these other individuals, it's speculated to be male escorts for their freak-offs. This abuse was.
I just want to say that's a clever ass fucking name, though.
What?
But I mean, Atlanta had a thing called Freaknik that was going on through the 90s. that was kind of doing that was known to have these kind of issues happening.
I wonder if Diddy's the only person that's excited to go to jail.
No, because he's gonna do what he did. He's gonna have done to him.
You know
what
who's
Meek Mill's.
excited for Diddy to go in jail is for all the people who are already in prison because they want to be his little daddy, I guess.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Bad boy for life. We ain't
bad
going nowhere.
But jail.
Go ahead.
So it says this abuse was at times verbal, emotional, physical, or sexual. As part of his pattern of abuse, Combs manipulated women to participate in highly orchestrated performances of sexual activity with male commercial sex workers. At times, Combs and others acted at his direction, made arrangements for women and commercial sex workers to fly to Combs's location. Combs ensured participation from women by, among other things, obtaining and distributing of narcotics to them, controlling their careers, leveraging his financial support, and threatening to cut off the same, and using intimidation and violence. It talks about physical abuse on numerous occasions from at least or in about 2009 and continuing for years. Combs assaulted women by, among other things, striking, punching, dragging, throwing objects at, and kicking them. These assaults were at times witnessed by others and included one instance at a Los Angeles hotel in or about March 2016, which was captured on video and later publicly reported, where Combs kicked, dragged, and threw a vase at a woman as she was attempting to leave. When a member of the hotel security staff intervened, Combs attempted to bribe the staff members to ensure their silence. So that one was, there was a video that came out not too long ago of, I think it was Cassie, where she had, like, you could tell she was fleeing a hotel room. She didn't even have any shoes on. And he came running out in a towel and, like, dragged her back to the room.
Yeah,
now, later on in
up.
this, it is. I'm not going to go through this whole indictment. You guys can find it and read it for yourselves. But in there, they talk about how, like, how he would intimidate people also, like, through threats of, like, arson, like, by using, like, weapons and pointing them at people. Also,
I have the video.
Threats of art. That's a specific thing. Like, I'm just gonna burn your house down or something like that. Or,
probably.
Like, are they gonna set you on
Lisa
fire?
Left Eye Lopez.
He had threatened, I think it was Kid Cudi or someone. He had threatened them by setting their car or their house on fire, and it ended up kept being put on fire. So it was a credible threat. They said, like, paying off the police, different things like that. Also, they had found in his house during his raids, they had found AR-15s that had the serial number scratched off of it. And
didn't he also find like 1,000 lube? Yeah, of lube.
1,000 bottles of lube.
I have questions about that.
I
was it the same lube? Was it one of every kind of lube? Was it?
Listen, so
on the picture, it looked like the same bottle of lube stretched out, like somebody had fucking placed.
So
label out.
I wonder if he just liked being like an old school wrestler, like he just liked being lubed up and shit all the like, so looking like Macho Man.
Oh yeah.
I have to why 1,000 bottles? I mean, I get your little freak off things, but there ain't no damn way you going through that much.
Yeah, I mean, so I have
no pun intended here, but you must have your pipes pumped a lot, because if you're going through that much lubes, your drain has got to be fucked.
Well, I mean, you heard the previous video. It sounded like he had learned from his previous mistakes because he didn't have enough. Apparently.
Yeah, the previous audio definitely suggests what you were saying.
Yeah, but I just want to point out one thing, because also in the indictment it says that the people who were also in his whole enterprise helped him with, like, hotel arrangements, bringing, like, sheets and towels and different things to hotel rooms, as well as lighting. And they said that also in the indictment, part of the intimidation tactic was, like, I think it was using what has happened in those freak offs as as a way of like blackmail. So that's why people had talked about maybe it's like some type of Epstein-ish type of connection, but
Right,
maybe for a different industry.
And you saying bringing in lighting and shit. I wonder how much shit is on video.
Well, that's the question that some people have. So this is AI. Please tell me it's AI. It is AI. This is not real because that's
dude,
not real.
I don't. But just why the different?
That's only 999 bottles. That's not 1,000.
But a bitch ain't one.
but a bitch ain't one. Yeah.
But I mean, this is like these are. What are these? Like, I don't understand. Like, there's the 2 sinks, and I get the 2 sinks. You get him and her sinks, whatever.
Is this a real photo?
Is this a real photo or is it
AI?
This
is so. This is from breaking new footage shows some of Diddy's oils and lubes that he allegedly used in infamous freak-offs over the years.
I don't think that's. I don't know.
Nah, I don't know either. That doesn't.
Yeah,
something about that just doesn't seem right.
Yeah, because I don't know.
Wait. No, it has to be. It has to be AI. Go back because you had a point. Look at where that toilet is. There's a counter above it.
Yeah, I think that's an AI representation because, like you were saying, also, why are those sinks?
Not a pull-out toilet.
Those faucets are just facing at the ground.
That's what I was. That's what got me like wondering, like why? What are these?
Unless that's to wash your balls.
I was getting like images from like A Clockwork Orange when they went to that like milk.
The milk barn.
Mm-hmm.
The milk bar. Yeah.
Sorry, I have like wispy hairs that are touching my nose and I can't find them.
But
just the way the cop leaned to, kind of just like that was unnatural.
Well, he didn't lean with it, rock with it, I guess.
No.
Jeez.
He was more like stiff rock over. There wasn't any kind of lean or, like a fat man would kind of shuffle a little bit. That was just like,
oh, is this that
here's
that
the
assault
video? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's horrible.
Really?
It's so bad.
No free advertisements.
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah. While that's going, so the U.S. attorney in the Southern District of New York is Damon Williams, and he's the one that's like prosecuting the case. They had a statement, and basically this indictment is from the year of 2008 until 2018 or 19, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not 100% sure, but there was like a big ado today in court, and Inner City Press had tweeted throughout the whole thing. So I was just going and reading back through that. If
is that
like
the one that?
But
Inner City Press is that the same one that did the Trump trial?
Mm-hmm.
Because they did it like Inner City Press is fucking good. They're a great follow. Here's the video.
Do y'all think they'll release the Epstein client list or Diddy's plea deal? I don't think so personally.
Hell no.
I wish, but no, I don't think so.
But during the hearing today at court, they had asked if they thought it, because it sounded like they were going to put Diddy in the hole for the time that he was there.
I mean,
there's so many jokes to make out of that.
I know.
This is fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah, and once again, I mean, this is why you try to listen to these. You have people listening to these celebrities on like on certain topics and stuff like that. Oh, Kamala Harris is this. Stop listening to celebrities for real. Stop, because I showed there was a picture. Diddy. I said to Rich last night. Like Weinstein was the biggest proprietor of the Me Too movement, and everybody who came out in the Me Too movement knew what the fuck he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
every single fucking one of them.
Every single one of them knew what he was doing, and then all of a sudden it turned into like, well, this is Oprah Winfrey couldn't have fucking spoke out about it. She's a billionaire. She's been a billionaire for how long, and she couldn't have been like, hey, no, this is a problem. And talked about it years ago.
See, I'm
Well, she
watching,
had very big connections to Harvey Weinstein, so
and I'm wondering about that. He will be on the same suicide watch as Epstein, and he's going to the same
Yeah.
prison that Epstein was at too. So,
and
Nah, that dude's done.
that was a question
Yeah.
that was asked of the somebody. I don't know, somebody important.
of
through this
the
thing.
somebody.
The somebody. He was asked during
yeah.
a press conference. Oh, I think it was actually, it may have been the U.S. attorney for the Southern District. He was asked during a press conference when the indictment was out and Diddy
Mhm.
was first arrested on Tuesday. And someone had asked, since what happened with Epstein happened, like, are you guys afraid that might happen to Diddy while he's in there? And they're like, no further questions. No, they're like, everything will be fine.
Mhm.
Okay. You guys don't have a good track record, but whatever.
I
So
don't think they have anything. Diddy is way too big. Diddy is way too big for an Epsteining. He's way too big.
you might be right.
No,
You might be right.
he's not. He's not. He's not. I'll say this. No, Diddy is not, because his name might be on the enterprises and stuff, but he's got other people that are working with him too. So it's almost, there's people that are higher up than him in the whole thing. If you want to know like a huge deep dive into everything that is this Diddy case, everything, go watch that Surprise Witness. She actually has a 24-hour stream going on that's all Diddy, because she went through everything from every lawsuit that's been out there. She's found lawsuits that people had made, not only about Diddy and this type of thing, but other people surrounding him that were just dismissed out of nowhere, and like they didn't have to account for any of it or respond to any of it.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing though too. Like, I mean, quite possibly tweaked, but I don't think that people are going to be as screwed. Oh, J Bob, $10. Thank you, Jen. Looking forward to Kingdom Kingdom this Friday. Woo! Fuck yeah!
Thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you.
Oh, we're gonna have some fun with it.
Which I can somewhat see that, but I don't think that they are as screwed as hard as they would have been if Epstein opened his mouth, because I personally believe that Epstein was part of Mossad. It was part of gathering intel on people and shit like that. Now, Diddy was just a fucked up person. Maybe he has shit on some other people. I'm sure he does. But I don't think that he was quite as ingrained in all of that as Epstein was, personally.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think Epstein had more of a governmental client list than Diddy did.
So
I think Diddy had more of the Hollywood elite, Hollywood elite people and rappers and all that stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, think about his
politicians
white parties.
His wit. Oh
right?
yeah.
The Diddy white parties were huge.
Right.
I mean, everyone wanted to go to the Diddy white party at the end of the summer, and
everybody got their O-ring blown out.
What? Okay, so
I know. I keep saying J Bob and it's B Job Secure.
Next time we have a party.
I mean,
excuse my dyslexia. No,
it's probably maybe it was like one of those like gift bag stuffers. Hey, thank you for coming to the party. Here's a bag of lube. Have a nice day. See you later.
So when you say the Mossad, what do you mean by that, Biz? I mean, I know, but the audience might not.
I mean, well, that's like Mossad is like part of like what is it, Israeli type government and stuff like that with it, isn't it?
It's Israeli intelligence. Like we have the CIA, England has MI6. It's Mossad is that for Israel.
Like the Iranian or like the.
I mean,
basically, if
I could see
want
that
to think
being
about
a thing,
right? And if people want to think about it, he was part of like CIA, but not necessarily.
He was the CIA for Israel.
Yeah.
Part of one of the theories is that when Epstein's house was raided, that they found multiple passports. That he had a United States passport, he had an Israeli passport, and then I think he had like one for England or something like that. So that's why the speculation of the Mossad started, I believe.
I'm still laughing that I call her J Bob. Sorry.
If anything, I would think you'd call her BJ.
I know, but it's like if for some reason it just flips in my brain sometimes when I see it.
But here's the Steven Tyler thing that we were talking about before. Steven Tyler once adopted a teenager and got her pregnant. Aerosmith rock star Steven Tyler relationship history is as tragic as it is complicated. Particularly the whatever, according to LifeSite piece written by the rocker's much younger ex-girlfriend back in 2011. She and Tyler reportedly first met backstage at an Aerosmith concert in Portland, Oregon in 1973. At the time the front man was in his late 20s. She was 6.
Later on, guys.
He was 16.
Mm-hmm.
Later, boys. What up, OG? Yeah. So he was in his late 20s. She was 16 back in 1973. I mean,
I think like she came out and started talking about it because he had written about her in an autobiography or something that he had done, and he had just like put her name out there, and she didn't tell, because apparently she had come after her relationship with him and the abortion and everything. She became very religious, very Catholic, didn't tell anybody about what happened or anything like that. So when the book came out, it kind of put her on blast, and she was like, well, shit, now I have to tell everybody what happened to me.
Right.
But I mean,
didn't the Corey brother thing, or the Corey's situation, kind of shed a light on this that literally everybody passed over and nobody cared about?
So Corey Feldman was talking about this for a long time. Corey Feldman had been saying this for a long time, and that was the very famous Baba Waba's interview where she's like, "You can't say that," and he's just like, "Yeah." But it's also a lot of people have come out, and I think he was on Dr. Phil. And he mentioned the name, and they looked it up, and it had nothing to do with him, and so there's a lot of weird shit that I to be honest, I believe Dr. Phil more now than I've ever believed Dr. Phil in my entire life, because of all the stuff that he's like he's deep diving lately. He's going into things, and he's like, well, maybe
he's actually going to places too, which is fucking amazing. He's not just sitting there just trying to be contrarian,
right?
Even though
I hope he's atoning for his shit. Then I'm just saying.
I mean, he does have also a couple skeletons in his closet that Paris Hilton has come out. Danielle Bergoli, the Catch Me Outside girl, the camp that he sent them to. Apparently, they did a lot of messed up shit to these kids.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So Paris Hilton,
he got famous because he got famous because of Oprah. Without we need to tell you anything.
Yeah, that's very true. Oh, my bad. What up,
man? It was even this was even brought up as well with like Mel Gibson. As crazy as that motherfucker was, he was the one kind of just being like, "This place is fucked, and you need to know about it." I don't remember a lot of the details behind that, but I remember everybody just being like, "Oh, there's some kind of pedophile ring in Hollywood." No, that's not a thing. You're just a crazy conspiracy theorist, Christian dude because he did Passion of the Christ.
Right. Do you think when Mel Gibson was doing research on Conspiracy Theory, the movie, that's when he fucking turned, and when he started to actually make
I know
it was right before.
It's his dad. There's a whole. You need to know. You need to learn about Mel Gibson's dad, and then you'll understand why he is the way he is.
Who's Mel Gibson's dad?
I don't remember. I don't know. I don't remember his name, but I remember I read like a really long thread about Mel Gibson's dad, and stuff, and he had like, I don't know if he was in the Hollywood or anything like that, but he did a lot. He did a lot of Jewish history stuff. Just gonna say that. But if you read it, you can understand some things.
Explains the hot tub tapes a lot. Do we remember those things? We should really bring those back one day because it's been a long time. And I was listening to Opie and Anthony.
Good night, Jennifer. That shit was hilarious. What was it? Mel Gibson drunk?
Yeah,
fucking like eating a cheeseburger.
No. That was David Hasselhoff. Mel Gibson was the one where he told the girl, "I hope you get raped by a pack of ends," and like it just went, like Opie and Anthony did a whole thing on it, and it was just like, and I kind of listened to a little bit of it the other day again because it came up on like my YouTube feed because I listen to old Opie and Anthony stuff, I was like, holy shit, that's right. Like he was like,
See,
he was off.
He
on
went
these
off
kinds
the.
of things, I'm like culturally stupid because I never cared what celebrities thought or had to say or anything like that, you know?
Well, I'd never do either. The only reason why some of that ever popped into like either my feed or brain is through conspiracy theory stuff. Because like that's the world that I lived in for a long time. So it's like whenever anything like that popped up where he was talking about shit and like when that came up, like, oh, he's making good points and stuff, and then that pops up, I'm like, ooh, that's not
Ooh.
good. That's not good. Not good.
Wow. So this just happened.
Breaking news. Beep, 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 beep,
Deportation
beep,
of
beep,
migrants for
beep.
sex offenses. I guess it passed. 158 Democrats said no.
Whoa.
Those are the same 158 that voted against the deportation of violent offenders
Right.
and deportation of what is it? Driving while intoxicated or something like that. DUI. Those are the same 158 every single time. I guarantee you go through the list of each of them, you will see that.
Probably die. It will die in the Senate. Probably.
Mm-hmm.
That's
just like the other ones have, just like HR2 did.
Right.
And that is Chuck Schumer for you. Nancy Pelosi doesn't control the House anymore, but Chuck Schumer still controls the Senate.
Oh, man. Well, Trump's in New York today, making his way around. Did you? I saw this once again. It's Twitter, so I have no idea if this is real or not. But according to Timcast,
that's very true. They don't want to send the ones away that will actually vote for them. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Trump supporters shoved and physically removed from Haitian anti-Trump protest outside his rally by one of the organizers in the Kamala Harris shirt. I wonder what his towel says. What does his towel say?
Cats are good for your health. Holy shit.
Probably has, this is dog pound. I don't know, man. Me and Rich have talked about it, about New York flipping. I don't. There's a fucking chance that New York flips red. Could you imagine that?
Or at least gets damn close to it.
That would be awesome, but
something to watch in Texas this year.
Yeah,
Texas
I still don't.
The opposite reason.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, you can't see things like that, especially the video with, AOC and Nadler sitting there where everybody's screaming, close the border. They're like screaming into a mic, trying to do a press interview about how they're going to give them your money. They're going to give them your housing. They're going to make a protected class so they can't get the fuck out. And everybody's screaming, close the border.
Right.
I mean, people are watching what's going on in New York. These people are living in luxury hotels while they struggle to pay $2,000. What is it? No, $4,000 or $5,000 a month for a 200-foot apartment.
Right.
Where you share bathrooms with everybody else. No.
In Chicago too.
Dorm living.
Chicago too. I mean, it's crazy.
All they got to do is just turn out. That's it.
And what's sad is it's sad, but also good in a way, but I could see New York flipping before Chicago. Like it's
Chicago's priming. They're not going to do it this year, but Chicago's priming. I guarantee you, Johnson's going to be ousted soon.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it be by election or they just say, get the hell out. I guarantee you, he's going to go. Yeah.
Brandon Johnson.
Brandon, yeah.
But
their mayor.
But don't forget also.
Chicago?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
The one that everyone was like, oh, thank goodness Beetlejuice is out. And everyone's like, this guy's worse, right?
Yeah, and he is.
I mean, we told him. Yeah, but
fucking Beetlejuice does a heel turn and goes after Tiffany Henyon from fucking that mayor of the city that's just
Tiffany Henyard.
Yeah, Tiffany Henyard. All of a sudden, she just does a heel turn. I'm like, wait a minute, is this wrestling? Are we watching the fucking WWE right here? All of a sudden, she's the worst mayor of Chicago. Everybody hates her. People calling her Beetlejuice. And then all of a sudden, she just comes in and just fucking throws. All of a sudden, the you hear the glass break like fucking Stone Cold Steve Austin. She walks into the courtroom and she's like, dun 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 dun. And then she's just like, yeah, no, you gotta go. It's like, wait a minute. What the fuck just happened? Like everybody hated you like a couple years ago. Now all of a sudden you're just coming up on this lady.
Well, she got ousted from being the mayor for being a piece of shit, and everybody fucking hated her. So when she got into her new job, she's probably like, yeah, maybe I need to do something for these people before they actually try to take me out. You know, Chicago's not it's Chirac for a goddamn reason.
Absolutely.
But it does say this, must watch. Chicago resident blasts the city council for prioritizing illegals and neglecting Americans.
See, and I live like fucking 40 minutes from Chicago. So that's one thing that worries me about is if like stuff starts popping over there big time and then bleeding over here. Like when it came to the riots and shit that were happening there during the Summer of Love, whenever they started even like attempting to even come over this way, I was already talking to people in my neighborhood. I was like, I hope you guys are ready for if shit comes over here. We're gonna have to fucking take them down.
Right.
You're that close to Chicago, like. Listen, dude, me and geography have no. So when we were coming back, when I was coming back from Wrong Independence Day, I went through Louisville because that's how I apparently say it.
Louisville.
I went to Louisville.
Yeah.
So I went to Louisville, and then somehow ended up in Indiana. And she's like, "Yeah, you'll probably be there for an hour." 6 hours later, I was still in fucking Indiana. I'm like, how the fuck? How am I going?
That drive is fucking horrible.
To come down where? What am I doing? So like Indiana, like I think I passed by because I think I saw your, I think I saw your exit, and I was like, that exit sounds like that town sounds familiar, and I was like, well, he's not home yet, so I can't stop by.
Yeah, it ain't gonna matter then.
Yeah. But I was like, yeah, I just have no. So I don't Chicago. Like I still can't believe I have to pass through Illinois to get through Kentucky. Like I just.
Well, yeah, where you're at, yeah.
But yeah, go ahead, Rich. Play this.
Yeah.
All right.
Neglecting us and giving to them people that they don't know who they are. I asked them, is there any type of vetting process for them to come over here from Texas to Chicago? They told me no. When I said this to Alderman Vasquez, he lied to my face. And he told me that they are being vetted. When I asked them, they said they're not being vetted. They said, no, they have been taken. They just got put on a bus and shipped over here. That's why there's gangs over here now. This is why there's gangs roaming the streets. I asked them, is there any type of regulation? Is there any type of police oversight or curfew? They told me no. This is why they're able to do whatever they want to do, break into stores, vandalize, break into cars, run people over with cars that they steal from people, children. These people come from countries that traffic in drugs and children that our government is subsidizing while they're telling us that we need to be sympathetic to them. They're putting them in our community, the Black communities. We have to take the blunt of all of this illegal immigration, and we're getting told that we're the bad guys if we have any complaint for it. For years, the government has said that they were going to do something to the south side and the west side, and every single time they say, well, you know, it's not in the budget right now, we need more votes, it's a process, it's this, it's that. Yet illegal immigrants come over and millions of dollars out of apparently nowhere gets to go to them. Criminal or non-criminal, it doesn't matter. They still get to go to them. Adults my age, these are not old men and old ladies with little babies, not most of them, no. These are adults my age that our government neglects the citizens of, the veterans sleeping on the streets, and they're giving to them. These people are preying on the elderly in our community. We've seen that time and time again. All of that's been documented. They're preying on the children, not just in Chicago, in New York, in Colorado. The government has neglected us, and we have the list of everybody who has approved of it, everybody who has voted for it, everybody who lies to our face. We're tracking everything, and your seats is up.
He's not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
He's not wrong. How many times have you heard, well, we could, but it's not in the budget. We don't have money for this. We don't have money for that. And then all of a sudden you see an EBT card for an illegal alien for $5,000.
Right.
$7,000.
Look at Tweak's comment there.
Yeah, I put it up. I have these news headlines. Why not eating your pet is white supremacist? I mean, and
that's the fourth stage. It'll get there.
Haley's demanding the baby too.
Huh?
Haley's demanding the baby.
I know. She's bringing her down.
Okay.
Yeah. I said this. I don't know. I don't remember this, but I was having a conversation with somebody, and they were talking about how Trump is he just says people are eating pets and all this stuff, and I go, do you not understand? It's a bigger picture. Like he says that, and then all of a sudden now all this Haitian stuff. Why all of a sudden is it violence to talk about, illegal immigration and people being frustrated about it? Now it's violence, or you're going to cause violence to these people. It's crazy, and it's like Trump just says stupid shit.
Yes, very stupid shit.
But when you start to look into the things that he's talking about, it's a bigger picture.
Right.
It's a bigger picture. Now we realize that they had 20 in a town of 60,000 people. They brought 20,000 illegal Haitians into that city. Do we not remember when they brought 50 people into Martha's Vineyard?
Yeah, and they freaked the fuck out.
Well,
eat the cat. Eat the cat. Now it would have been a lot. It would have been a lot better if Trump would have gave examples and realistic things that did happen instead of him just saying they're eating the dogs, they're eating the cat. So it's like the way he puts shit is pretty dumb sometimes, but
well,
but he wasn't wrong though.
It's no more stupid than this shit. Please help me understand this.
Haley, yes, pretty sure we skipped timelines when they reopened CERN. I am almost convinced upside down. Yes, like I have a real problem with CERN. I went deep into them. Like I fucking
some of us were just misplaced,
And not for nothing.
Are we in the right timeline or are they? That's the problem. Anyway, I want to help me understand this. Why the fuck are you going to use an aerial shot of a rally that's going to happen at night?
Right.
And the headline is more than 60,000 tickets requested for Trump rally today in Nassau County. And then you got this dumbass.
That's the same dumbass.
Like anything's like 60,000 people.
That's the same dumbass that I responded to. Remember that?
Yeah.
That was a great reveal last night.
You were blocked, weren't you?
Yeah, I was blocked.
Nice.
It's 3 p.m. when this is posted.
Uh-huh.
And Trump doesn't come on until 7.
Uh-huh. Right.
Well,
there's not even a podium on the stage.
I don't even think honestly at that point. No. The thing is, it's inside. It's an inside event. So this is people waiting to get
this was inside. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, it's inside. By the way, there was a shit ton of people there. I was watching his rally before we started today, and it was packed. And so those were the people that were waiting outside at 3 p.m. before they even opened the gates for people allowed to go into the stadium.
Mind you, what did Antifa put? That was the first comment. We requested 4. Newsflash, we're still home.
I always request the max allowed. So they're getting these tickets and they're not going and then screaming, that doesn't look like 60,000 people. Meanwhile, there's not enough of these. Yes, there's not enough of these motherfuckers to waste their goddamn money to sit at home just to sit there and make Trump look bad. So if this is what they're saying is true, you're literally spending your money for what? And you want to talk about people who
the rallies are free
for a subscription on fucking X?
The tickets are free because Melissa's there. Our friend Melissa Vitale, my friend, she's there. She's from New York. They're free.
Well then,
yeah, because she went to the Vegas one too. They're free tickets, so you can go in and reserve as many as you want. That's why fucking Art Candy is saying they request the max allowed because they're not going to pay for it, but they're free. So yeah, you can go in and reserve as many tickets as you want. Yeah, there you go. I reserved tickets last week. My seats are free. I imagine a lot of liberals are requesting. I reserved tickets last week. My seats will be empty.
Okay, so they're manufacturing this shit because even if it wasn't okay, you got 16,000 people that are allowed to go inside, 60,000 tickets requested. Y'all motherfuckers are the ones doing it. You're making it seem like it's bigger than it is, and then you're trying to call it out for manufactured bullshit that you're doing.
So when he tells you the number, he's getting the number probably before he walks out of all these tickets that are requested. Here she comes. And so he gets this, I got 107,000 people requesting to see me at the Jersey Shore. And then when like 70,000 show up, 60,000 show up, they go, he said 107. This is why these people are actually
okay. I get it. Here. But to sit there and take a screenshot of something like that at 3:00, which is probably something that actually came from further on because she took this from War Room.
What do you? I see you posted over here, Mama. X is all messed up.
Yeah, that's what I was told.
Oh, the extreme or what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, well, it's weird because like now I went on my other account, my Stabbing Like OJ, to take a look, and it says live on there, but it has like the broadcast, but you have to like click on it and bring it up. It's weird. It doesn't post the same as it did before.
Oh, it doesn't. It doesn't auto start. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's weird. Baby,
it's a baby. Yeah, you kept me up for 24 hours. You little.
Oh, watch your little neck.
I got it. You want to say something to the people? Huh?
Like, no.
You want to say something? Say hello.
That's a negative.
She hates my beard. I'm gonna have to shave it.
That's gonna look funny as hell.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I'm gonna go fucking full bald rat, but
I don't think she's gonna like that either because it's gonna be prickly as hell as
Dude,
soon as you cut it.
That was like the
Even if you
opposite of
trim
my youngest daughter. Even like actually both of my daughters, they loved my beard. Like they would always just be like playing with it and shit. Now whenever I shave my beard, my youngest is like, "What are you doing?"
Hey,
I haven't seen my husband's face in almost 9 years.
Really?
I was keeping the beard.
No, wait. Longer. Actually, yes. It's been like 10 years since I've actually seen his face shaven.
I was gonna say like I was gonna give it maybe a year or two before I shave it to do that whole like, what is that? Who's that person? Like I said.
Well, I mean, you said he has.
No, my kids will look at our wedding photos and they're like, "Oh, there's mommy. Who's that?"
Well, you said you haven't seen his face in 10 years. I was just actually kind of worrying. Did you marry a furry or something? Or
no.
I mean, you can see some eyes and a forehead at least.
He had a job where he had to have like a fresh shave like every day, and then he vowed the second that he left that job that he would never shave his beard again. And he's a stubborn one. So it's been 10 years. Just going strong.
He says she hasn't seen it in 25 plus years.
Well, it's like me. Like every time I go for the mustache, I'll do it for a few weeks, and then once the beard starts growing in, I'm like, yeah, I don't do maintenance. I can't handle it.
I don't do maintenance.
I don't do maintenance.
I don't like it either. Like my facial hair don't grow fast anyway. So I save a fuck ton on razors. You know, I just trim it the hell down. I get that little stubble going on the sides. Leave this unless I need to trim this up too, and I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Mama's got a mean beard over there.
She's sleeping right now. So this means Daddy's not getting any sleep tonight. This is what this means. Because she's gonna wake up as soon as Mommy goes to bed, and then she's gonna be like, "Party time." Wait, you want to say something?
Excellent.
You want to say something? Something you want to say? She gained a pound since last week.
Good.
That's good, man.
She went from 5 pounds 11 ounces to 6 pounds 11
I
ounces.
think Jen already took off. I think she's over at
She's with Eddie right now. She co-hosts with Eddie.
Hey, are you smiling? You know, right. Yeah, she knows what I said was right. Right. Here, take the demon away.
Aw.
and what do you say? Burn down the chicken coop. Well, speaking of burning stuff down. Oh nope! Damn it! I hate when I do that. Let's go into this.
While you're doing that, I'll be right back.
Speaking of burning stuff down, there was pagers burned down. There was
pages exploded.
Yeah. Hezbollah is hit by a wave of exploding pagers that killed at least 9 people and injured thousands. I think it was 11 that got killed. Like, this is a little bit of an older article, but I think it was 11 and like 4,000 or so were injured.
Because it happened again, didn't it, with cell phones today?
Well, that was just the pagers.
No, I meant like I thought there was another one.
No, there was. We'll get to that in a little bit, but the pagers alone was like 11 killed and 4,000 injured. But thousands of explosions from handheld pagers occurred simultaneously in Lebanon and parts of Syria, killing at least 8 people, including Hezbollah members and a girl. The incident injured over 2,700 with around 200 critically hurt. Officials suspect Israel was behind a sophisticated remote attack. A Hezbollah official revealed the pagers heated up before exploding, causing casualties among their ranks. Lebanon's health minister confirmed the death toll and number of injuries. The Israeli material has not commented on the incident. Tensions are escalating along the Lebanon border. Well, of course, they're not going to comment, especially if they're the ones that did it.
I mean, they're still using pagers over there.
Well, yeah, if you're doing fucking crazy activities, you don't want to be on a line. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
you definitely don't want to have a cell phone that can be tracked.
Yeah. So pager is the way to go. And to be honest, like I even made that comment in our shit. I was like, now I'm waiting for our government to blow up our phones. Look, it can happen with our phones or pagers or like anything with a lithium battery. You can fucking speed up that process of the everything inside of it and blow shit up.
That's not what was actually going on. They were actually packing explosives into them.
No, they weren't. No, they weren't.
Okay, hold up. Where is it?
There's no way you're gonna blow up that many all at once, like that.
And if they had a signal through for something like that, for targeted ones, you could definitely do that even with beepers.
Yeah,
it has to have a number. It has to have
not explosives in them. How are you gonna have, like, say if somebody had that beeper for 3 years, they had explosives in it for 3 years? Like, I don't believe that there was explosives in it. I think it was a signal.
Let me see if I can find it again.
There was buzz, Allah Akbar, buzz, boom.
Hold on. So you remember the beat me again commercials?
Yep.
I just put beat me. Just put Motorola pager commercials, and this is what came up.
Here it is.
I was like, what's happening? Oh, now I get it.
I mean, that's a different blow up, but
she exploded in a different way.
Yeah, she had the better explosion. That's hilarious.
Why are you guys watching a lube commercial?
We're watching the new Diddy commercial.
Bring this up real quick. Explosive pagers used by Hezbollah had been modified by Israel and at production level. They were packing them with explosives.
That doesn't mean that there was explosives.
After they were, senior source at the military ordered 5,000 beepers made in Europe under license from Taiwan Group and the Apollo here. Israeli Mossad spies agency planted a small amount of explosives inside the pagers ordered by Hezbollah months before the devices exploded. A Lebanese security source had told the Reuters news agency. They were. They were taking the shipments that were going. They actually modified them, put explosives in them, and then sent them the fuck on their way months before any of this went down. Like, this was well thought out and well planned. And this is why I actually say, like we were talking beforehand, this is pretty fucking ingenious. However, you're literally setting off explosives in a crowded fucking area. What are you thinking?
Right.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, ingenious, but also very cowardly and fucking piece of shit. Like,
Yeah.
Well,
How did they know what target and that they would get that particular?
Because the Israeli Mossad was the one that hijacked the order for him, and they hijacked the order, they planted them with explosives, and then delivered it.
Gotcha.
I mean, like Biz has been saying for a long time, fucking Elon Musk wants to plant chips in our fucking brains.
right.
So I
Yeah,
mean,
right.
this is the test out. I mean, it's also the plot of a movie. I think the Kingsman, where they were giving out free cell phones and then blowing people's head off. Like that's like that. It's gonna happen. Like
it was a chip. It was like a memory chip or something. Yeah.
It's I can't believe. Well, I can believe that movies are coming to fruition, but I mean, it's insane. We live in a wild.
I think main
world.
reason why I want to not believe, but it probably is true that they were putting explosives in him. I mean, main reason why I don't want to believe is because it's like, how are you that fucking stupid to not know that that was happening? Like it's fucking ridiculous.
Now, were the pages bought in Israel or were they?
No, they were. Go ahead and bring this back up real quick. Pagers ordered by Hezbollah months before were sent through to a Taiwan-based Gold Apollo company. But yeah, they pretty much hijacked it, packed them with up to 3 grams of explosives per. Which it does say the country's health minister said 12 people were killed, 2 of them children, and thousands seriously injured in Tuesday's explosion of different parts of Lebanon. Fariz Abedid or whatever said 200 of the 2,750 wounded were in critical condition. Y'all were up in arms about fucking October 7th. But you just pulled your own October 7th.
Mm-hmm.
Like, honestly, like people over in the Middle East and like other places too, are like people are just used as cannon fodder. It's insane.
I mean, that's the way they run over there, though.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody wants to look at Israel is like they're just like us. No, the fuck they're not.
I know a lot of people say that. No, they're not totally. I mean, maybe they are just like our government. I could probably say that.
I mean,
but here's the other thing: Hezbollah's handheld radios explode in second wave of remote detonated attacks on terror group.
You're using terror to fight terror.
Exactly. Yeah, that's like Antifa using fascism to fight fascism.
Yeah.
A second wave of explosions hit Hezbollah on Wednesday as devices used by the group detonated across Lebanon. Previous blasts on Tuesday resulted in a significant security breach, leading to the deaths of at least 12 people and injuring 2,800 others. Explosions were reported in Beirut and southern Lebanon. Following this incident, the situation is developing. So that's a second day of it.
I also want to point out, like I said, behind the scenes, I also do want to point out
no, we haven't brought that up yet. We will.
It kind of, it's like we said, it's like fighting terrorism with terrorism.
Right.
But it's going to fuck with your enemy's mind when, hold on, these beepers that we ordered so we couldn't be tracked are now exploding and killing us. So let's go with walkie-talkies. Oh, the walkie-talkies are now exploding and killing us. Like I said, all you have to do is just say, hey, the TV on your wall, yeah, that's packed with explosives too. And they're going to freak the fuck out.
I'm not going to lie. I understand a lot of our shit is made overseas, but like, that's why I won't order fucking, I read an article about Temu shit. Like if you buy electronics from Temu, there are, they're saying that there's tracking devices in those things and they can do things with those tracking devices. And like, so
Typhoon,
it's a precursor to what they're eventually going to fucking do.
Right.
I want to say this. According to the girl who's running for president, there's nobody overseas right now.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I will tell you, I agreed with President Biden's decision to pull out of Afghanistan. 4 presidents said they would, and Joe Biden did. And as a result, America's taxpayers are not paying the $300 million a day we were paying for that endless war. And as of today, there is not one member of the United States military who is in active duty in a combat zone in any war zone around the world. The first time this century. What? But let's understand.
So where the fuck are we right
now?
Hey,
Like, I mean, when you
And
want to
where
talk
are they
about
at? I think those guys were in Syria or something right now, ain't it?
I have
believe
no idea.
so.
I have no idea. But you want to talk about the ultimate fact check.
Right.
That is the ultimate fact check. They're just like, where the fuck are we right now then? If what is this lady talking about? And once again,
Yeah, 900 plus in Syria and 2,500 plus in Iraq. Yep.
mm-hmm.
Once again, when
But by the way, what are we doing in Syria though? Like, can anybody answer that question?
No.
Why are we there? What have we?
Spreading democracy. That's what we're doing.
Drone strikes in
Venereal
Syria?
disease.
That was a stupid ass idea too. Let's
Just
not
say
get that-
venereal disease.
Yeah.
Oh, you're probably right.
she's angry, by the way. She's
Yeah.
angry.
Oh,
She's so mad right now. I can't believe how she's almost out of like she's getting like you could feel like her weight, like she's getting like thick. I'm trying to put her fucking preemie diapers on. I'm like, this is just getting hard to put on. Which
you'll have to up. I'm the newborn here soon.
Yeah, well,
Yep.
I know. I'm hoping, we have like a week left of preemie stuff, and then the newborn stuff. So
Yeah, right. It's okay. They're just hell divers spreading democracy. Spreading managed democracy.
Spreading
One bullet at a
democracy.
time.
I mean, he's not wrong though. I mean, oil or that 710 is oil, and they were using the bugs innards for that in the games. So I mean, that's why we're over there.
I love that the meme. Every time they find fucking oil in a new country, they're like, I think you need some freedom.
And then you send SEAL Team 6 to kick in the door.
Yeah, just feed her a cheeseburger, bro. The baby will be all right.
Well, I mean, once again, Kamala Harris is being endorsed by the man who said there's weapons of mass destructions in Iran and Afghanistan to send troops there for a 20-year war, and everybody goes, well, Dick Cheney and Liz Cheney are they're backing her, so Republicans are.
Oh, that's the funniest shit ever, because the Democrats were calling that Cheney a war hawk and everything else for so fucking long, and then now all of a sudden, oh, he backs her. Get the fuck.
Yeah. Well, let's just go ahead and bring it to this too. The man who shot a dude in the face and then made the dude apologize for being shot in the face is backing Kamala Harris. I'm never going to let anybody forget that shit.
It's hilarious.
But they try to use like different like neocon Republicans as a hey, because these guys are voting for her, and she's like, yeah, like Mitt Romney and Dick Cheney, and everyone's like,
Adam Kinzinger,
no, Adam Kinzinger, Liz Cheney, and everyone's like, it's not the effect that you think.
I'm waiting for Kinzinger to fucking
and all
make
the guys from like the Lincoln Project. They're cool.
They're super lefty. But I'm waiting for Kinzinger to come out with a video crying, be like, I think she's so wonderful.
Please do.
By the way,
please fucking do.
Anybody see the video of Trump sending the little kid in New York a letter?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
No. You find it. I just want to make this point because when we talk about like Kamala real quick, I just want to say one thing about like debates and stuff like that I haven't been able to say, and I just need to get off my chest or else I'm going to explode. What's funny is that so we see all these debates and like people like they ask a question and they want a specific answer for that specific question. When it comes to running a country, when you're asked a question on how you're going to fix the economy, it's not just like it's just not a 2-sentence answer. Like no one it's like when Trump answers one way, what people don't understand is that it's multifaceted. It's not just one singular thing. And all Democrats' answers are very singular. And you can't tell how okay, and how is that going to affect this, and this down the road? Because that's just how it is.
It's not only that, like she doesn't even really give answers. Like, okay, how are you going to fix the economy? I grew up in a Midwestern family, and Donald Trump is a bad guy.
Right. Well, at least Trump will be like, I'm going to be lowering taxes and do other things. Like he will actually give like at least somewhat of an answer toward it. But then he also just goes off on some stupid shit though too. Like he
does like we do. We go off the rails all the damn time, you know?
Yeah.
But I mean, he said somebody asked him about it. What are you going to do when you first get in? Like, how are you going to lower the price of groceries? And he told her that first we're going to be more energy efficient, and you know everybody will be, oh no, we're more energy efficient. Look at the graph. It says we're shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. All our electricity bills have gone up. Don't fucking tell me with your stupid fucking graph that our electricity we're more efficient than who's making the money on this. Oh no, it's you know their price.
It's corporate greed. Yeah, it's corporate greed.
Yeah.
And then he goes,
oh my God, I hate that argument.
Then what I'm going to do is, he said he was going to cut electricity prices by half, by 50%. He's not 15, but 50, if they allow me to do it. Which I mean, he's kind of right. He's got to go through the process. But Kamala's out here going, I'm going to take your fucking gut. I'm going to go in there. I'm a gun owner, but you know, I wouldn't, but red flag laws are great. And, you know, what's stopping me? She said it with Gavin Newsom years ago. What's stopping us from going into your houses and making sure that your guns are properly secure? You know, like, no, that's fucking Stalin ass bullshit. You want to talk about Trump being Hitler?
That goes against not only the Second, but the Fourth Amendment.
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Where is it?
Well, even when it comes to the energy efficient thing, he already had he can start the Keystone Pipeline. Yeah. And he had already gotten approvals and stuff to do some drilling in Alaska, and they stopped that shit the second that they came in. So he can get that up and running pretty quickly. So that's what he was actually talking about today at the New York rally.
Right.
It was actually from what I saw, I saw the first half of it, and it was really good.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna bring this up now. Yeah.
Well, hold on. Before we do that, I do want to kind of make a.
All right.
I was gonna make a point, but I just now flipped it.
Grab a beer.
It was something.
Speaking of,
grab a beer.
It was something Davey said, and I just wanted to kind of bounce off that for a second. But go ahead, fuck.
Well, I'll go back really quickly. I'll go back to the kid.
Oh yeah, do the kid thing.
I'll be right back.
You can't just say that like that, Richard.
I said do the kid thing, not do the kid.
Relax, Diddy.
Sir?
Oh,
it says, Dear Liam, happy 8th birthday. Mrs. Trump and I hope you enjoy this special occasion surrounded by the love of your family and friends. We are so encouraged by the strength and determination you have shown throughout your young life, and send our love and best wishes to you as you continue to fight. Remember, you are never alone, and we are keeping you in our thoughts and prayers for continued care and good health. May God bless you and your family. Stay strong. Sincerely. Can you tell me who signed that? He knew it was your birthday coming up? What do you say to him? I love you. What else do you say? Thank you.
So, by the way, this is how you fucking do it. Here we go.
You just stare off into the camera?
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be in that stage, but that doesn't matter. Because I got you the best president you'll ever have. It's the best president you'll ever have. How are you? Huh? Hi, Mom.
Is that the same kid?
I think so.
It's real good stuff.
It looks like him on the side.
We're gonna have that picture of my life, okay? You and I. Is he gonna come out and watch me? Of course. Because I left the stage in order to come and say hello there. Especially you are. Okay, honey? So beautiful. So you take care of
He's
Mom.
poor kid starstruck. He like can't move.
Uh-huh.
So why don't you do this?
He's like, is this real life?
Take care of yourselves, okay? I'm gonna go right after this. Take care of yourself, honey, okay? I wish I looked like that. If I looked like that, I'd be president.
That's how you deal with children, Joe. You don't fucking grab them and kiss them and put it and you
And
kiss their
sniff 'em.
cheeks and face
them.
and grab their fucking chesticles.
I don't give a shit what anyone says. Trump is hilarious, man.
Dude.
Shit he says.
He's that's why I
look
think
like you, I'd be president.
Yeah.
I think that's why the left hates him so fucking much. Is because he's just hilarious and he takes things with a grain of salt and they can't get under his skin and it gets them more and more mad. Like,
Right.
like
he's not like Kamala where where like she thinks everything is funny and just fucking
Yeah.
laughs like the goddamn Joker.
and if you notice though, like when people when somebody's yelling at you and you're just like, okay, sure, you watch them get angrier and angrier and angrier because they're not getting to you.
Joe said kids love his hairy legs and love his lap. He's Joe Claus.
Ew.
Used to like watch the hair on my legs come up.
Yeah, years of therapy.
But yeah, I mean, he's a dick. Yeah, and they might be Trump shoes. I'm not gonna lie, gold Trump sneakers. They might be, but that kid is going to enjoy those fucking gold Trump shoes for the rest of his life.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like he
I
will
had my
be.
2-year-old saying Donald J. Trump today. It was really cute. He was pounding the table and he's like, Donald J. Trump. It was really cute.
Listen, I don't agree with bringing your children to fucking rallies. I don't. I don't. Either side, marches, rallies, leave your kids at home because
I'm kind of the same way.
You know what's going to
Right.
happen. Just leave your kids at home. But that is like a kind of like a little bit of a special thing and whatnot. And I don't know. There's
Shit can pop
I
off.
have to push back on you a little bit.
Well, no,
When
not
it comes
these
to
these
when
days.
it comes
But these days, look how shit can get, though,
Yeah.
Mama. Like I can see where you might be going, but look how
I-
shit can get. If
Huh?
like I do not even trust taking my 17-year-old to a fucking rally.
I can understand that too. But I'm just saying, for me, I think it's a good way to show your kids civic responsibility and duty and get them excited.
You can do that
about
at home.
it. I'm just saying.
I just don't trust the way the people are these days. And shit could, I mean, Trump's had what almost damn near 3 assassination attempts on him now, and that's just one man.
Yeah.
Like it just people are fucking retarded nowadays.
Well,
so
I
it's
mean-
like the way the shit can pop off, which I mean said duty. Which no, and believe me, I understand. I understand what you're saying though too. I'm just a paranoid dude when it comes to my kids though too.
I also think that like people use it as a not as a crutch, no pun intended, but like you bring your kid to a BLM rally and then you get a mob of people start fighting and a kid is involved in it and then you get Trump supporter beats up children. Why the fuck you have your kids there? Or BLM member accidentally assaults a child.
Which is sad, to be
You
honest,
remember the
because
story?
it should be the way that Mama is talking about.
Yeah.
That's
You
the way
remember-
it should be in America.
You remember
You
those
can't-
stories about kids being in riots?
Oh yeah.
Like people would take their children, little children, to the riots.
Mhm.
Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you don't take your kid to a riot. That's different. But like,
Peaceful protest.
listen. Oh, sorry. A fiery but mostly peaceful
Yeah.
protest.
Yeah.
Sorry. I need to get it straight.
And it's sad for me to say it the way that I'm saying it. Like, I mean, I know I just kind of made the point, but it's sad for me to even think the way that I am thinking, because we are in America. We're supposed to have a lot of civility when it comes to politics and shit.
But the reason why I bring it up, though, is if people will bring their children to riots,
they'll
bring them anywhere. You know full well there's going to be a lot of violence and destruction and everything, and you're still bringing little children to that. So yeah, you're going to bring them wherever the hell.
Look at California. They're bringing their kids to fucking gay pride parades where guys walk around with their dicks out and shit. So I mean,
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just bad parenting all the way around from a whole bunch of stupid ass people.
Very true.
Light a match on fire. With this statement, because I know where Biz kind of stands on this statement. What I said last night. I am at the point. I told Rich this. I'm at the point where I don't give a fuck anymore. You want to pump your child full of hormones and have your child not last past a certain age, and you did it to them. Go ahead. If you want to go and fuck 37 men and have 37 children pumped out of you, go right ahead, because eventually you'll weed your fucking self out.
No, I mean, I agree. I agree with the fact that they have the choice to do it. Do I agree with them doing it? No. But am I going to tell you that the government should tell you you shouldn't do that? No, either, because I don't like the government telling anybody to do anything, to be honest.
No, you want to take your
fucking. This is my pushback to it is that, well, if you still allow it to happen, then the mind games that happen with it. But it's like, if you even think about the abortion issue and how they've made you compartmentalize that issue as it's a clump of cells.
Oh yeah, I hate that argument.
Instead of, so yeah, okay, it can, if it's still being like as pervasive as it is, what do they do in schools? They like make you have this like mind fuck of like, but it's okay, so you compartmentalize it, and it's not until you get knocked over the head and some sense gets knocked into you, you're like, oh,
right. But
well, I was lied to.
Where's the fine line between government overreach on some things, though? That's my issue with some of it.
The school. Yeah. I don't keep it out of the fucking school. Listen, once again,
yeah.
When I was growing up, I had no fucking idea the teachers had. I thought a teacher plugged herself into the closet, and in the morning when homeroom started, they unplugged and came out. I had no idea. When you saw a fucking teacher out in the real world, you're like, you're a real
unicorn.
Person?
Yeah, right.
Like, you're a real person. Like I think I've seen a teacher in real life maybe 5-6 times growing up as a kid, but like, so I didn't know if they were married. I didn't know if they had kids. I didn't know nothing about their personal fucking lives.
Right, which we never should in a classroom at all.
And even if I did find out something about it, I thought it was weird that I knew.
Yeah, exactly.
And then now, if you go on fucking Instagram and TikTok, you'll see these teachers making fucking videos of them in short skirts promoting their fucking OnlyFans.
Right.
And then you're like, and
oh yeah, have
okay?
you seen that one teacher that makes videos in her classroom wearing a short ass dress?
Yeah, that's we were on the same page. I'm talking about the exact same person. I'm talking about the exact same person.
Yeah.
She will make videos in her classroom in her short ass dress, twirling around where you can see her ass and everything like that.
You know, you're not wrong. Teachers being students, that must have been ugly. No teacher tried. I'm not gonna lie. I'm glad none of mine did. So you can take that statement how you want.
Yeah.
Well, see, here's the thing.
I've never gotten touched by a priest either. So
here's the thing. I have a theory on this, because you're talking about like younger. You're just talking about all these teachers that are molesting kids right now.
Yeah,
they're roughly around our age for the most part.
No, they're fucking young.
They're a little younger. Yeah,
they're like in their
20s.
Well, to be honest, yeah, I'm like
I'm still in the same. Well, yeah, you guys are in a different generation, but
they're in their mid 20s. These teachers that are going after these fucking high school kids,
right?
And they're women. Sorry,
unfortunately
nowadays a lot of them are women now.
Didn't.
You hear a lot more women going after these kids. These young male students,
which Which is weird. Maybe it's just getting reported that way though, because I've noticed that trend too. It is a lot more women. Maybe that's just what's getting reported more. But I have noticed it's a lot more younger women teachers lately. What did you used to be a lot more men?
Because they're hiring the rainbow
Mary Kay
fucking
Letourneau.
That's the point there. That's the
Listen,
point, Biz.
that is a Hawaiian love story, okay, madam?
That's the point. Is usually it was before it was men. You'd hear stories about that popping up.
Yeah.
Wasn't it women back then who were just like they had fantasies about that kind of thing with their male teachers?
Right.
Now you're talking about those same people who are in the system or have kids that have grown up with that kind of thinking because like mother, like daughter, and they're the teachers now.
Right.
So they're reliving their fantasies.
Yeah.
Okay, ready? So for women, I would say, I want to do a study. I need to find these bitches and ask them.
I need to find these bitches and ask them some questions.
I need to ask them some questions because I don't know if you guys know this. So I'm a woman.
You are?
Holy shit!
Well, I didn't know somebody wasn't a lesbian for 2 years. I can't have.
I mean, I just noticed.
Oh my god, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
I just noticed that you changed your shirt, but you changed genders.
Yeah. So anyway, so a popular show growing up and stuff was Pretty Little Liars. That book set was a very popular series, and as like one of the main relationships in this whole story, it's about a girl who's 16 having a relationship with her teacher, and it's romanticized, it's like fantasized that you want them to work out and things like that.
That's
so is it like a life imitating art thing when you talk about like manipulations and different things that people are shown when you're growing up and how it kind of will form your opinions on stuff? That could be one, because there are other examples of different things like that. I brought up Mary Kay Letourneau, for crying out loud. She had a relationship with a kid in middle school.
Yeah, which is sickening.
And they've got kids. They're married now. She's a little shit, and he's like young buck. It's gross.
It's weird.
You got porn in kids books in their libraries in middle school and things like that. What do you think's going to happen with that?
And the most fucked up part about that, though, dude, is when the parents bring it to the school and show it to the board members.
They get kicked out for it.
You can't show this because it's obscene, and it's like, but you're allowing my kids to like. If it's in the public library, it's in the public library. Nothing you can do about it. There's fucking there, Howard Stern's book, Steve-O's book, like. There's all these books out there in the public library, not in the fucking school library.
Right.
And they're going ape shit about it. And it's like, and you have these videos of all these women talking about, and it's a lot of women. It's a lot of women talking about, oh, my kids asked me today what my pronouns were. I'm so happy about that. You're mentally fucking ill, and we're allowing these mentally ill people to teach our children.
This is why I'm slowly hating my own sex. So I might become a man. I might come here one day. I'm like, yeah, I'm Jack.
I'm sorry, Drew.
I'm a man.
Dave,
man.
Hey, do you remember that line from Hell Baby?
Which one?
When that Peel sat right next to him after his wife just like almost fucking killed him drinking paint thinner.
No.
And they scare each other, and he's like, "Bitches be tripping."
I don't know what it. I don't know what it is, but about my gender, like being on that side of things a lot, and I don't know if it's more of a, we see things more in a gray area. Have more sympathetic tendencies towards different things, be like, oh, okay, like not wanting to engage in types of conflicts and stuff. Yes, it's a generalization, I know, but I really don't care. Because it's all, and why is it always white women?
It always is. That's like the thing that always bothers me too about it. But getting back to one thing, the day my son called me a faggot, I just had to bring that up because we were talking about like using terms and stuff. There is for every child, straight or gay, a moment when he or she stops believing that her parent is
Omnipotent.
Yeah, there you go.
Omniscient.
And they start to push the boundaries. My son had been playing with that line for a while. Then one day he called me a faggot. I just thought about that.
Hold on, go back. It says by gays with kids.
Mm-hmm.
So it was an article or something that came out from a person who was gay, and their kid
and then their son called like
on the HuffPo. That was written by the HuffPo. Yeah,
it doesn't exist anymore.
I think what
hilarious.
it is and I've said it before, and I heard this from multiple women that they were abused as children. Yeah. And they thought that becoming a man would take that power back. So they start to think they're a man. And then, you have certain parents nowadays who, one, don't want a parent, just throw their kids in front of a fucking laptop or whatever, or an iPad or whatever it is, and just allow them to do whatever they want. Or you have parents that are just like, no, you're a man now. You're a man. Like Madison, my daughter came out saying she was bisexual at 13. And I said, okay. And she's like, no, I'm bisexual. I go, do you even know what that means? She goes, yeah, I'm attracted to girls too. And I go, okay. And then I think she wanted a response, because at that time, this was, almost 10 years ago, that was a big thing. Like everybody was like, oh, I'm trans. I'm gay.
It's still a big thing.
Okay. Yeah. And I go, okay, well, when you're 18, we'll come back to this conversation. No, but you don't understand. No, I understand. Whatever you want. That's cool. When you're 18 and an adult, we'll revisit this conversation. My daughter still hasn't had a intimate relationship with a woman since she was 17. So it's like, yeah, okay, think whatever you want. I mean, but wait till you're older. Like you're not gonna, and if her teacher came up to me and said anything, and you have these bills, that's another problem, is these bills keep being passed where parents, and Trump, once again, Trump's like, yeah, your son goes to school, a boy, he comes and gets transgender surgery, comes back a girl, and you're like, and then you're sitting there going, now I got to fucking explain to a fucking liberal what the fuck he meant by just saying that. But no, I have to take 20 minutes out to explain it. And they go, no, but Trump said that he goes to a boy and comes home. No, that's not what happened. They were signing bills now that allow schools to not tell kids, well, that's because kids are fearing getting killed by their parents. When was the last time you heard of a child being killed by a parent for
being
telling
trans,
them they were gay or trans or anything like that? Like,
right.
Yeah, once again, the 80s and 90s, maybe 50s, 60s, and 70s started changing a little in the 80s. Look what happened in the 60s. I've been watching old old shows. Like,
what's your point? You're going all over God's green earth. So Jesus.
Have you seen the Milli Vanilli documentary?
Oh no. My God. They took the Grammys back because they weren't singing. We get it. Okay. Yeah.
But it's always been androgynous and everything like that. But it's just just let your kid grow into who they're gonna be. Don't force them.
Don't allow don't listen to them whenever they say they feel like a boy. No, you're a girl. Wait till later on if you're gonna talk about it.
And the school has to enforce that also. Just say, okay, go home and talk to your parent. But the schools aren't enforcing that.
ADHD, baby. Yeah.
The schools aren't enforcing that. Instead of the schools are reinforcing them, and they want to take your kids away. If your kid says he's transgendered and you don't allow them to transition, the school takes them away. And it's like,
well, not even that. Okay, what it is that the schools aren't telling parents what is going on in the school. If their child is saying, "Hey, you need to change my pronouns. This is the name that I'm going by at school," because the schools are like, "Oh, because there's a fear." They don't know, but there's a fear that parents won't be accepting of the children. Instead of leaving it up to the child and the parent,
right,
to actually go through it. And what's happening is that kids are being taken out of their homes because at like young ages, because parents are like, we're not going to go put you on tea, we're not going to go put you on estrogen or anything like this. So then you have places like Minnesota, which is what Tim Wall's neck of the woods, which is a sanctuary state for trans surgeries and treatments and stuff. In California, they're considered a sanctuary state too, where they will even bus kids, basic human trafficking, child trafficking, actually, to the state of California or to Minnesota for kids to go and have these surgeries or treatments done, unbeknownst to the parents or without their parents' permission. And they take these kids out of the homes, put them in like CPS custody and stuff, and they have this being done. And there's also budgets in these states for these transitions to happen. So the taxpayers of these states are actually paying for it. And yet the parent has their parental rights taken away because their 12-year-old has decided one day that they're going to be,
at least 19
Jim
states.
instead of Jill or what have you. And the crazy thing is that nowadays you see more of women or girls saying that they are transitioning to the opposite sex than it is boys. And there's a woman on who's all over social media, Ariel, I don't remember her last name, but she's a lesbian and she goes around and she's actually
Scarella or something.
Yeah.
Yes,
her.
Yeah. I think she's great. But she had a great interview that she did with Trigonometry a few years ago, and she was talking about how basically they're eliminating lesbians now because all the girls that would have ended up being lesbians are now saying that they're men. And not only that is that they're allowing all these
oh yeah, I follow her too,
men transitioning into women into lesbian bars, and they're like, dude, you still have a dingling. We don't like that. We go to Taco Town. We don't go to the hot dog cart.
We go to Taco Town. And one thing I gotta say is when I saw those signs, I absolutely hate the word triggered, so I don't know what to use for it besides that. But when I see something that says protect trans kids, there's no fucking thing as trans kids.
Yeah.
No.
But here's the thing. What has happened is it has bastardized the whole thing of gender dysphoria.
Yep.
Because it is a thing. It is a real thing that people go through. And so now, and there is no way statistically that this is what is it? True, reliable, whatever. Like, there's no way.
Right.
And then you're putting these kids on hormones and they can tell you this lie that it's reversible, that they can go through puberty and stuff like that, but it's not. If you go and you even watch Jazz Jennings, who TLC has pumped out for years as like, this voice for the trans community, that poor person has had manic depression for 2 decades now.
Mm-hmm.
And they're always fluctuating up and down with their weight, with their emotions, everything. And they have the audacity to say that their gender dysphoria and manic depression do not coincide at all. One does not affect the other at all.
Yeah. That's some straight up bullshit. I mean,
when you have clips of Jazz being like, I don't feel like myself. I don't know who I am.
Right.
And I don't feel like I'm in the right body. And the mom's like, you're fine. You're fine.
See, that is pure child abuse. It's pure child abuse.
I mean, that
mentally,
was done
physically.
That was done since Jazz Jennings was like 2.
Yeah,
You know?
and it's
Yes.
fucking pure
And
child
you know
abuse.
why? Because Jazz apparently said when they were 2 that they wanted to become a girl because they had a dream that his penis got chopped off, and that
Which is
was the premise for.
And that is a mother that wished that they had a girl.
Yeah, because
Well,
well,
100%.
the mom did have a girl. She had a girl and 3 boys, and I guess she wanted 2 and 2. I don't know.
Well, I
But
mean,
where's
Megan
what is
Fox
up with
has got
the? But my thing is like, if she had a girl, what's up with that girl? Is that girl even in that mom's life? Is the girl older than Jazz?
Yes.
Is the oldest?
Yeah.
So she probably realized that her mom was a fucking psychopath.
No, they're for all intents and purposes of TLC, they all seem like a pretty close knit family.
Yeah, bullshit.
Here's a quick wrap really quick. This is Canada, but trans and non-binary youth have been increasingly referred to clinics across Canada for puberty suppressants or cross-sex hormones as part of gender-affirming medical care. 2004. Look at 2016.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So in 12
See, I
years,
hope that doesn't happen, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
But I don't know how Jazz is going to
I
be
hope
later on
not.
in life.
so
I hope not. I want the best for them. I really do. I really do. And I just feel bad for I feel bad for Jazz Jennings because I think that they've been used.
Oh,
Oh,
100%.
absolutely. Yeah, but Megan
for
Fox
her
is a
whole
fucking
life.
retard.
yeah, all 3 of her
Yeah,
kids
Megan Fox
just came out as
all her boys.
transgender. That's it. All 3 of her kids are
Her
transgender.
boys.
Yeah.
All 3 of her
Mhm.
boys.
Yeah, and her
And I bet
boyfriend
you
is
when
a
they were with
fucking
their dad, they dressed like boys.
her boyfriend is a fucking cuck ass bitch, Nerf gun Natalie. That's right, I'm calling you that bitch.
Nerf
Probably
I
gun
fucking
Natalie.
hate that dude. I fucking hate that guy.
Yeah, 19 states to offer refugee to trans youth and families amid anti-LGBT legislation wave. Several states introduced bills that would criminalize gender-affirming care for children.
Right.
Right.
For children. At least 19 states plan to offer legal refugee to transgender youth and their families displaced by anti-LGBTQ legalization. I stand by my statement. Yeah. So they're manipulating their children. And
and look who the guy is. It's right there.
That fucking Scott Wiener.
Yeah.
Oh,
I fucking hate that guy.
Yeah, that was the dude that was sending those pics to kids.
And he's the one. He's also the one who made it legal for you to be within 8 years of age or 10 years of age and not have to get put on a sexual registry.
And isn't that in
California,
West Coast, right?
It's in California. Yeah, all that shit starts in California. I mean, look, like we've shown before, like whatchamacallit, I was starting to show Gavin Newsom signed a bill that now you are not allowed to disseminate misinformation online.
Yep.
They're gonna tell you what's real and what's not.
Yeah.
And also you're not allowed to laugh at anything or show memes or have parodies.
It needs to be put on as Here's the thing, though. This is what really gets me. What sparked this whole damn thing with Gavin Newsom was that little campaign thing where Harris is like, well, Joe Biden's an idiot. And if you say anything bad about me, you're racist and sexist. So you have to vote for me. Like, there's no way in hell anybody would have thought that was anywhere near something real.
Well, it's the same reason why McDonald's has to put caution hot on coffee. All right.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Well, what was it that one day? What was it?
To
Kamala,
be fair, in that case, that coffee was at 720 degrees.
I understand.
Yeah, but
you
too
know
bad.
what I
You
mean.
shouldn't be able to
putting
sue for
warning
that.
labels on everything. You can't think, oh, well, this is common sense because common sense ain't common anymore.
Well, I was gonna say like that one day that Kamala Harris shared some like supposedly written note that said, I'm normally conservative, but I'm happy you're trying to do whatever with gun control.
From
signed Tucker or whatever.
Yeah, from Tucker.
But then Tucker Carlson also shared a note that said like a whole bunch of shit about being conservative, blah blah, and it was signed Kamala. Then down in the comment section, there was somebody's like, "This is clearly not from Kamala," blah blah. And then my comment to them was like, "All right, buddy, set down the autism for a minute. let's go ahead and remember that this was a joke because Kamala shared some shit from like that shows me right there that almost anybody will believe something or fight against something that they don't believe is real because they can't fucking laugh or discern for the shit.
No.
Well, it's gotten way too far. It really has. I mean, I'm going to bring it up again.
All I'm saying is, I just want to just like button up the
right. Well, yeah, exactly.
The topic real quick.
Newsom signed a bill in violation of the First Amendment. Yeah, exactly.
Just to button it up real quick. So I don't understand why. Well, no. It is a shame that this day and age, there's so much lying going on what these bills are that they call like anti-gay or anti-LGBT like bills and
don't
stuff.
say gay bill.
When it has right, when it has everything to do with not being like, hey, it's okay once you turn 18.
Yeah.
Just leave the kids alone. Like they don't put that part in there. Just leave. What is wrong with saying leave the kids alone? And I think what's really funny is that Trump has brought up today in his speech, and he was just like, because he was talking about the death tax and getting rid of the death tax, and he's like, who here, hates their children? Who hates their children? Why would you don't want to give your money to your children when you're gone? Who hates it? Everyone raise your hand. So like out, all these people, no one raised their hand. It's like, of course,
yeah, they cut that part out. Yeah, they cut that last part out and just be like, oh, he hates kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the point is that like, why are you leaving that part out? It is a huge part because why don't you want to protect the kids and be like, hey, how is it unreasonable to be like, wait until you're 18 and you're an adult to do this?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
And to go on that fact, right? This is why we have an administration that does this.
It's been
why is she dressed like a jack-o'-lantern today?
Somebody allegedly tried to kill Donald Trump again.
Turn it down a bit.
And you're here at the podium in the White House briefing room calling him a threat.
There you go.
How many more assassination attempts on Donald Trump until the president and the vice president and you pick a different word to describe Trump other than threat?
The fucking mental gymnastics. You want to talk about the oppression Olympics?
I'll say I don't know if I have enough beer for this.
You might need to get another one. I'm not playing the whole clip. You might need to get another one because the fucking mental gymnastics she does, Biz, you might hit yourself. You might fucking face palm yourself real hard.
All of a sudden you're seeing my camera fucking fly across the room.
Oh no, it's about to.
If anything from this administration, I actually completely disagree with the premise of your question. The question that you're asking, it is also incredibly dangerous in the way that you're asking it, because American people are watching.
I want to go back really quickly. It's only 43 seconds.
It's incredibly dangerous.
Let's listen to the question. Let's listen to the question he asked.
It's been only 2 days since somebody allegedly tried to kill Donald Trump again. And you're here at the podium in the White House briefing room calling him a threat. How many more assassination attempts on Donald Trump until the president and the vice president and you pick a different word to describe Trump other than threat?
Why are you keep saying he's a threat? That's all I asked.
Right.
Why do you keep saying he's a threat? You talking about calming down everything? Stop calling him a threat. Why are you calling him a threat? And here we go.
Peter, if anything from this administration, I actually completely disagree with the premise of your question. The question that you're asking, it is also incredibly dangerous in the way that you're asking it, because American people are watching. And to say that from an administration who has consistently condemned political violence, from an administration where the president called the former president and was grateful that he was okay, from an administration who has called out January 6th, called out
there it
is
is.
Paul Pelosi.
January 6th and Paul Pelosi.
Paul Pelosi? Wasn't he like a lady boy or something that he was like
David
loving on or something?
Yeah, David DePape was probably his butt buddy giving him drugs. Something went fucking wrong. When they went to his house, this motherfucker had BLM flags and trans flags everywhere. I'm sorry, that's not right wing.
Right.
January.
I feel like there's a lube joke somewhere.
No,
I just can't put my finger on it. Anyhow.
Yeah.
We ain't going nowhere. We ain't go nowhere except to prison. We bad boys for life.
Called out and said we need to lower the temperature after the Butler incident. And now for you to make that kind of
bitch, you called him a
comment in your question, because your question involved a comment and a statement. And it is that is also incredibly dangerous when we have been very clear in condemning political.
It's dangerous for Peter Doocy to say, why do you keep calling Donald Trump a threat? Peter Doocy's dangerous for asking her why they keep saying Donald Trump is a threat.
Meanwhile, you got Dan Goldman saying he needs to be eliminated. You got Stacey Plaskett saying he needs to be shot. You got everybody out there saying he's an existential threat. He's Hitler. He's
and what was it also? Fucking
Hakeem
Hillary Clinton was saying that the media needs to keep up with the narrative that he's a threat. She literally said narrative.
Yeah.
Like if somebody says narrative, do not listen to them. Are you
Speaking
are
of
you
which,
fucking serious? Like,
speaking of which, I just want to go ahead and kind of highlight this shit too, because all that Kamala or the Karine Jean-Pierre shit that just happened.
Paul Pelosi got attacked by his bussy boy.
All that shit with Karine Jean-Pierre that just happened, the mental jumping jacks and everything.
Right.
It spawns shit like this. Hit my screen.
Oh, yep. There you go.
Elon Musk. Some memes just write themselves. Now the comment.
Truth.
Anyone who refers to this picture as a meme is essentially a pedophile.
Oh my God. No, what the fuck are you talking about?
It implies women get used up as they age or have partners, inherently suggesting the youngest women are the most desirable. Sir, do you not understand how biology works?
Yeah, and also
in this whole situation,
and also the girl that is with Hillary is not a fucking minor.
That is her daughter, and at the time this was taken,
no,
she was 19.
That's not her daughter.
No, that's an actress. That's an actress.
No.
Who the fuck is that? Well,
that's
okay,
a girl
all
from
this
Badass.
Moratz or something.
Yeah, and she
okay,
is
all
not
this time I thought it was her daughter, but yeah, she was like 19 at the time, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was an
yeah,
adult.
at least.
I know that wasn't a child. But yeah,
there you go. That Chloe Grace Moretz, and she's not a fucking minor. Like, so whoever commented that is a fucking retard.
They're saying that Hillary Clinton has a floppy vagina. That's all it's saying.
Yeah, it's all it's saying.
Huge, she's got a huge
vagina.
Edge.
There you go, Scott.
One Piece. Oh, communist right there.
Pro-Palestine Jew?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Elon obsessed. Pro-Palestine Jew. Alt is whatever the fuck.
Elon
Prison
obsessed, but yet you want to call him a pedophile for that. Okay. Dude, don't make. Number one, you already don't make sense because you're a communist.
Rich, bring up the one that we had yesterday about the guy who's a bot.
Oh yeah. You want to see that one? That one's great too.
I want to. I was just gonna go with this. Trump campaign sends out a long list of receipts of Democrats' rhetoric that inspired another attempt on President Trump's life. The campaign laid out over 50 unique quotes and provided sources for each one. Yeah, you got what was it, Jasmine Crockett, MAGA in general. They are threats to us domestically. Dan Goldman, he is destructive to our democracy and has to be eliminated.
Yep.
Trump is an existential threat, urgent threat to our democracy. Trump presents a fundamental threat to the republic, and we are seeing it on a daily basis. You have all of these people putting out these, we must stop Trump. Rick Wilson, they're going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump. Rick Wilson,
and here's
from the
one
Lincoln
thing
Project.
that I like when it comes to this, all of this shit that's getting put out. Here's one thing that I definitely agree with Dan Holloway from Drinking Bros, that you don't even necessarily have to, like, when it comes to the election and stuff, it's going to apply to this as well. You don't necessarily have to do things to rig the election or anything else when you have broken people's brains. A lot of these people's brains are broken by well, I'll say rhetoric, I guess, or actually propaganda that has been put out to people for so long that they are starting to believe this shit. People's brains are broke. And you know how long? That's generations, at least one or two, to get people unstuck out of that fucking mind fuck.
Who's that guy that said you start from the inside out? You start with the education system.
Oh, Yuri Bezmenov?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yuri Bezmenov was right. Yes.
You start with the education system, and then you just allow the propaganda to go up and up and up. And
right. And then
point.
And this also circles into the fact of the long march to the institutions with communism, which starts pushing the Yuri Bezmenov point also of the demoralization, and start painting your opposition as what is frowned upon or nasty, which even though you may be that, start painting your opposition as that, so that way you don't get looked as such. Like whenever they start calling the right all sorts of racists and whatever else, well, we're not the one who are involved in identity politics and saying it's racist for having voter IDs, which means you just think that black people are retarded, that they can't get a fucking ID and shit, you know, like
and also I the reason why I told Rich to bring this up is to do your research. Do your research, okay? Because we kind of did a little bit of a rabbit hole with this thing, because and who was it?
As soon as I start seeing I
forget who brought it up yesterday on our show, but they were like, hey, look at their following list. So I'm a socially conservative Catholic, I'm a gun owner, I'm a Republican, and a proud American. I won't be complicit in the destruction of our Constitution just because a candidate has an R next to his name. Harris must win. Anybody out there like me?
The destruction of our Constitution has to do with fucking gun control, you fucking moron.
Hold on. It gets better. JP says, serious question. Are you voting for Harris because you think she would do a good job? Or are you voting for Harris because you want to get rid of Trump by any and all means necessary? This is where it gets beyond fucking retarded.
There we go. Yeah.
Much more the latter, though I do generally believe she'll be better on foreign policy than Trump with all of his Putin fondness. I'll be voting GOP down ballot specifically to stop Harris's policies.
How does that make any fucking sense?
So you want to vote for Harris to keep Trump out of office, but you want to vote for everybody else to stop Harris from doing anything?
That doesn't make any fucking sense.
So we have another Trump presidency where nothing gets fucking done, and all this shit continues to just roll downhill.
And then go hit the chaser, Rich.
Where
the following is following.
Yeah. It won't click it. There we go.
Who's following him? Is what you're saying? Okay.
Who he's following?
Who's following?
Stephen Hassan, PhD, world-renowned expert on cults. Okay.
All right.
Eric Ake, filmmaker, accordion. Oh, Blue
Democrat.
Heart, Rainbow.
Yeah.
Lefty
Lindy.
Lindy.
That's all you need to read from that.
BLM, gun reform.
Coconut Tree.
Rose, which is communist, If they remember a while ago when everybody was putting roses in their profiles, stating that they're communists.
But then he has an American flag next to it. You fucking moron.
And the Statue of Liberty.
Journalist, visionary, journal politics, economics, and Bitcoin, religion, society, Norwegian nationalist.
Norwegian national. I get that.
Why do you need to be like a?
I support Ukraine, and I'm voting Harris Waltz.
Well, because I'm an American nationalist, because I give a shit about America. Every other place can suck my ass. That's the reason why I get that.
Okay, in that aspect, I would see that, yes, too. You're a Norwegian guy, so love a country. I get you.
Right.
Conservatives for unity, not division. Pro-life, whole life, pro-liberty, pro-pursuit of happiness.
And then a never Trump fucking, okay.
Pro with Reagan. Like, it's completely fucking obvious
that he's not a Republican. Well, not a Republican, not a conservative.
Harris Walls, never Trump, resistor.
This is a state. If this is a real person,
that's what I'm saying.
This just shows you how fucked up individuals really the fuck are.
Right, and also this could be a person that, like, if we would be able to dig into his background and find out if he is possibly paid the way that, like, say, Harry Sisson and all those other motherfuckers are.
Yeah. Right. But yeah, I mean, it was
just come back with that whole shit of like Harris must win to stop Donald Trump, and then I'll vote GOP to stop Harris.
That does, that makes absolutely no sense, homie. Like,
either JP just broke AI, or this dude is like, there is a reason he looks like this.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say it because there could be that chance he's a little bit downy
on the spectrum.
Yeah, retard.
He's a fabric softener.
I was trying to be nice in case he was, but Jay needs to go.
Well, we've hit that 2-hour mark.
Oh, yes, we have. Yeah.
Right.
And yeah, I think we've already brought up everything else that we really need to bring up besides here's one thing I'll just bring up if anybody wants to look into it, just because we were going to, and it's in the description. 23andMe stock price. 23andMe has gone down because 23andMe independent board director resigns in mass, rebuking Ann Wojcik's takeover plan. I'll just read some of this. All 7 independent directors, 23andMe resigned, rejecting CEO Ann Wojcik's attempts to take the company private. Resigning members, including notable investors like whatever the fuck that first name is, Patrick Chung and Sequoia Capital and X Fund, after going public in 2021. Blah blah. I'm not really all that worried, but if you guys want to look into some of it to see exactly what happened with that, go ahead. I don't.
Supposedly they're selling all your information to like BlackRock and all those corporations to get all your information.
Well, she's the sister of Susan Wojcicki who just died. So
yes. All right. So this is what's happening is that there is conversation on how they're going to make 23andMe private. There have been issues with the company for a few years now because profits have been going down because since there was such a big boom of people like getting their genetic information that there's no follow-up afterwards. Like, okay, this is what you're genetically disposed to, but there's no fault. Like they can't provide you with any like healthcare plans or anything afterwards. So people would just use it once and then they don't use it again. So they're having issues on figuring out what they wanted the future to be.
There's no after revenue, to be honest.
Right. And so they're asking Anne to come up with a way to, like basically what her vision for the future was. And she didn't do it on time. So they're like, fuck this, we're out. And now what they're doing is they're trying to make it private. Anne only has 49.99% of the voting percentage of there. And so I think it was like a few years ago or a year or so ago, she tried to buy more stock in it so she'd have more like a majority voting power.
Okay.
And so they're just like, fuck it, we're out. Peace. Deuces.
Well, I mean, you had people who were 0.00001 sub-Saharan Africa also passing out N-word cards, so they had to counter it some way.
Well, but here's the thing, though. A few years ago, I think it was like 6 point some million people's genetic data got breached.
Yeah.
So it was half the people that were in there. So I actually
Yeah.
posed the question in our Telegram chat. I was like, "Oh, is it all going down in flames because they got as much information they needed to make genetic bioweapons?"
Yep.
Right.
Or they got-
like gene specific bioweapons.
You're going into JF or RFK territory there.
Right.
Well,
Yep.
I mean, they got your DNA. They have your information. So, and that's what they wanted. I firmly believe that's what all this was about. Getting your genetic information,
Yeah.
so that way they know, because they're telling you, I forget what movie it was, but like you pee in the toilet, and they're like, "Oh, you're predisposed to cancer or whatever like that." Do they take you out?
Right.
Do you have a family trait in you that all of a sudden the government comes and says, "Well, we have government funded healthcare, so it's more easy to just take you out, and since you're going to die anyway, here you go." And I think that's what it's really about, was taking your medical DNA and doing something with it, and now they have it.
Yeah.
What if they can find the people who have the serial killer gene and they became their next Manchurian candidates, or like, Oklahoma City bombers?
I mean, if you follow BX on Twitter, Haley's friend, yeah, she talks a lot about that. And it's not a coincidence that a lot of young people are becoming mass shooters.
Oh,
It's
no.
not a
Yeah.
coincidence that they're putting these kids on these medications, and all of a sudden something's going on with these young kids. I mean, hey, they don't have their medical DNA at all, do they?
Well, listen, there's fluoride in the water, atrazine's everywhere, making the freaking frogs gay. And with
Freaking
that,
frogs
no.
gay. Frogs
I'm just
gay.
kidding.
Frogs gay.
But yeah, no, I
Yeah.
agree. I think that that's why I never wanted to do the 23andMe. I just
Oh,
never want.
I
Why
never
would you
did. Fuck that.
volunteer give yourself? Oh yeah, I'm 0.001% Ashkenazi Jew and 12% Scandinavian. Who gives a fuck?
Right.
Like they had
exactly.
23andMe for your
Well,
dog.
you can find out whether or not you're part of the chosen people or not.
Hashtag gay frogs.
And what percentage.
Wait. What do you mean by chosen people?
I'm just.
No.
You said
I asked
something
that.
about Ashkenazi
what do you mean?
Jew.
What do
I
you
wanted
mean,
to kind
you
of put
people?
you in that corner. I asked you that actually because I did the 23andMe thing, and I was able to actually track my family lineage back to King Richard's fucking court.
Cool.
What is? I don't even know what that
Well, it
means.
looks like you're about to become a clone and fucking probably killed by your own clones.
I thought that meant he was a gay frog.
Yeah. Okay.
Honestly.
Maybe I'm
And
gonna have
how
to.
easy, do you know how easy cloning has gotten now, by the way?
Yeah.
Bag
Oh, yeah.
babies. We've talked about this
Oh,
before.
Bag
goddamn,
babies.
bag babies.
Babies.
No, like from a skin cell. they
Oh
can
yeah,
start cloning people
absolutely. Oh yeah.
and shit. Crazy.
By the way, don't forget to follow us on Rumble and Twitter. Don't forget to follow the girls on Pretty Antisocial. They are
Yes.
live every Monday and Wednesdays at 11 Eastern. Don't forget to come back on Friday for Memedom Kingdom, Saturday for the Stupid's Play. Don't forget to follow Ryan Rogers. He puts out his podcast every morning at 5 a.m. Every Friday at 5 a.m. Yeah.
Choices, not chances.
Choices, not
Choices,
chances.
not chances.
Don't forget. And yeah, I thought I had more to promote.
How the fuck are you gonna skip our show?
I said don't forget to follow us on Off Label Podcast on
Yes.
Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7 Central 8 Eastern.
He struggles on ours too. Don't worry about it.
I struggle at everybody. Shut up. I'm trying to.
We struggle at life. So hope you all have a good night. We will talk to you all later. See you again. Same bad time.
Biggest
Same bad channel.
Two.